This is what I've done. And so, what you see is a different culture. That's a conversation we never get into it really about in professional sports, but primarily the NBA, where you got cats and they go at NBA players and stuff like that. Like, you bring up LeBron. You ever see LeBron go at a white boy? It's called what it is. You ever see him do that? You saw him come at me. Closest you ever came to seeing him do something like that was when he called out Brian Windhorst. What you calling out Brian Windhorst for? The man covered you since junior high school.
Stephen A. Smith didn't hold back for even a second when he sat across from the Pivot podcast crew. He stared straight at...
I see a lot of shit, too. Like, I seen Brian Windhorst on one of these shows not too long ago. Like
Wendy.
Yeah, you played over high school.
Wendy, you guys played together in high school.
Yeah,
right? He was on your high school
this
team.
guy was like, says he's like my fucking best friend. These guys are just weird. But
He said, "You ever seen LeBron James go at a white boy? Ever seen him do that?" And the internet exploded. Because Stephen A. wasn't just talking basketball. He was calling out the king in broad daylight. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down one of the wildest twists in sports media because Stephen A. Smith just hit the Pivot podcast with a bombshell accusation about LeBron, and the fallout is insane.
And has praised you repeatedly. And you used the Pat McAfee situation to go at him. You understand? And that's the only time you ever seen LeBron James, really go at somebody white. I'm going to call it what it is. So we understand each other. I understand a lot more. And
Stephen A. claimed LeBron only fires back at black media voices while staying silent when white commentators take shots at him. And the crazy part, he's not wrong. LeBron does have that pattern. But here's where it gets ironic. While Stephen A. is calling out LeBron, he accidentally exposed himself because Stephen A. Smith does the exact same thing. He just doesn't realize it. This whole moment exposes a lot: power, race, ego, and selective outrage in sports media. Let's break it down. Stephen A.'s critique is simple. LeBron checks. Black media members, Stephen A. himself, Brian Windhorst, Shannon Sharpe, others. But when white commentators go at him, silence. And he pointed to the clearest example of all. Chael Sonnen, Chael, a former UFC fighter turned ESPN personality, has spent years publicly accusing LeBron of using PEDs, specifically EPO, across multiple platforms like Andrew Schultz's podcast, Patrick Bet-David, and countless interviews. These aren't light accusations, these are career-ending, reputation-destroying claims. Yet LeBron has said nothing. No statement, no lawsuit, no denial, no clapback. Meanwhile, he's checked multiple black media members for far smaller comments. So why stay silent with Chael Sonnen?
LeBron had done something to me. And he was coming to UFC fights and he wasn't doing autographs, and it was just one of these things that rubbed me the wrong way. And he and I have one thing in common. We use the same drug dealer to buy our EPO. And I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, there's performance-enhancing drugs, and they'll come out and try to tell you those are bad. Performance and enhancing are good terms. You can pin that on me all you want. If there's something out there that can make you better, I'm not going to lie about it like a lot of...
It comes down to brand control. LeBron built 20 years of a spotless image. Professional, scandal-free, disciplined. Responding to Chael turns a fringe accusation into global news. Ignoring it keeps the spotlight off the rumor and protects the brand. It's a power move. I don't respond to people beneath my level. Strategically, it makes sense. Responding would blow up a story most casual fans have never even heard of. But here's the problem. In today's media world, silence often sounds like guilt. Conspiracies spread fast. And LeBron's silence fits perfectly into the pattern. Stephen A. was calling out. He chooses his battles based on risk. But here's the twist. Stephen A. does the exact same thing.
All the same, all of them. They're all the same. These two guys, they're the same people, bro. That's why they don't get along. They have like clashing personalities. They're the same.
This is where things get real. Stephen A. is correct about LeBron, but he mirrors the same behavior. Stephen A. built his career being the tough accountability voice for athletes, especially black athletes. He goes hardest at black players, black coaches, black executives. But when's the last time he unleashed that same fury at white ownership, white front offices, white coaches making bad decisions? When he critiques them, it's soft, measured, careful. So when Stephen A. checks LeBron for selective outrage, fans are calling it what it is, the pot calling the kettle black. And that's where the Charles Barkley comment hits hard. He said Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James are essentially the same person, just performing on different stages. And honestly, he wasn't lying. Both control their narratives. Both are emotional performers. Both protect their image because perception is currency. Stephen A. turns up the volume because it sells. LeBron stays cool because it protects the brand. They talk truth, but they protect optics. And that's why they clash. Two mirrors staring at each other. But zoom out. This isn't just about Stephen A. or LeBron. This is about a system. Black figures in sports media often criticize each other because it's the safest battlefield. Calling out white commentators or white power structures brings consequences that go beyond sports. LeBron confronting Shannon Sharpe. Safe LeBron confronting Chael Sonnen. That turns into a race-coded firestorm. Stephen A blasting Doc Rivers. Safe. Stephen A blasting a white billionaire owner. Not so safe. So both men pick strategic targets, not because they're cowards, but because the system rewards selective outrage and punishes stepping outside the line.
The answer is like, if the world understood what LeBron did, like other basketball players will hear what LeBron does and go, well, yeah, but that doesn't matter, right? It's like a baseball player and you're hitting a stick out of the way. It doesn't matter. It's like, no. If you knew what these performance enhancers did, then you would know why it does matter.
What do you think he's
there's
doing?
only one, we have the same drug guy, if you will. I know exactly what he's doing. But there's only one golfer.
Please tell.
There's only one golfer. I'm not going to, but there's only one golfer that follows the big three. The big three is EPO, growth hormone, testosterone. That's the Lance Armstrong diet. There's one golfer. EPO matters. It's the reason LeBron takes it. It matters. And if other basketballs understood what it did, EPO increases your red blood cells, which gives you endurance so you can play all game long. You can shoot in the fourth
More
quarter
red blood
just like
cells,
you
more
shot in the
oxygen
fourth
in your red
minute.
blood cells. Okay, got you.
It's the king of performance
We're
enhancers.
saying LeBron's silence is unusual, especially considering how aggressively his camp shut down, a tiny joke from Jeff Teague earlier this year. So why ignore Chael's repeated, detailed accusations? That inconsistency is why fans talk, because this story goes deeper. It's about how black athletes and black media navigate spaces where white executives hold the real power. And we come back to the Chael Sonnen accusations. The elephant in the room. Chael didn't say LeBron looks strong. He directly accused him of using EPOH, testosterone, the full Lance Armstrong stack. These are serious claims. If true, correct. If false, straight up defamation. So why hasn't LeBron handled it? Two possibilities. He knows it's all lies, and responding gives the rumor. Oxidity doesn't want something dragged into the spotlight. We're not saying Chael is right. Stephen A goes hard at black athletes to prove he's objective. LeBron stays quiet toward white commentators to avoid explosive backlash. So instead of addressing the system, black media and black athletes end up critiquing each other in public. 2. Mirrors fighting while the real structure stays untouched. And that's the real story. Both Stephen A. and LeBron choose battles based on race, risk, and brand safety. Both accuse each other of selective outrage. Both ignore their own patterns. And the system rewards exactly that behavior. Conflict becomes content. Drama becomes currency. And the truth gets buried under views, clips, and viral moments. If you've made it this far, you're one of the people who wants the real story, not just surface drama. So make sure you're subscribed, locked in, and ready for the next deep dive. Now let's hear from you. Is Stephen A right about LeBron? Are they both playing the same game? And why do you think LeBron still hasn't responded to Chael